This short clip is to show you how to do correct page numbering within one document in Microsoft Word 2007 and how to make an automatic table of content. Well, I've prepared a document that indicates just the headers which are relevant for this topic. As you can see, there's a cover, title page, and it will go on like that. Before we start with numbering the pages, we have to insert section breaks. We do that at page layout, breaks, section breaks, next page. That is where I click on when I want to have a section break. I want to have a section break between cover and title page because I want to have different numbering on the cover than on the title page. So I click on it. Then I go to the location where I also want to have a split in the numbering, and that is between the table of content and the introduction. So I do the same when I am at table of content. I click on section breaks, next page, and in this way I have a break between the table of content and the core text of the product, which is the starting at the introduction. If you click on draft at the bottom, then you get an overview in a draft way, and you can clearly see the two section breaks that I just made. Now I start with numbering. On the cover page I do not want to have a number, so I start numbering on the second page in the document, which is the title page. I click on that page and then I insert page numbers. But before I do so, I have to format page numbers because I want to have Roman numbers. I want to indicate that, so I go to Roman numbers. I want to start at 1 because the cover does not get a number but is also not counted in the numbering. So I click on that and I click OK. Now I still have to indicate where I would like to have that page number, otherwise the page number will not appear. I want to have my page number at the top of the page to the right side of the page. I click on plain number 3 and then the Roman numbers appear to the right top of all the pages. 1, 2, and so on. I still have one problem. Number 1 is also indicated on the cover page, and I said I do not want to have a 1 on the cover page. Therefore I click on the cover page, and because this new ribbon design just appeared, because I'm in this header, I click different first page, and then this 1 disappears from my cover page, and I can still see the Roman numbers 1 in all the other pages. Roman number 2, Roman number 3, number 4. But the problem is, at the introduction I have number 5, which is now an Arabic number, and that is a good thing. The only thing I would like it to do is to start at 1. So here I click on the page where the introduction starts. I go back to insert. I go to page number, format page numbers, and there I indicate start at 1. I click OK, and now you can see that introduction has number 1 and the company chapter has number 2. I am now completely finished, and you can see that all the numbers are in the document in the correct way. Now the next thing is to put up a table of content. For that, I first have to indicate what should be in the table of content. And Word recognizes things that should be in the table of content if they are indicated as an header. So we start at title page, because title page is the first thing that I should see in the table of content. I select title page, I go to home, and there I can indicate that title page is a header at level 1. A chapter is a header at level 1. A sub-chapter or paragraph, for example 2.1, would be a header at level 2. 2.1.1 would be a header at level 3. This one is a header at level 1, and therefore I click on heading 1. I do the same for the summary. For the preface. For the table of content itself. For the introduction, which is also a header 1. Now comes the tricky part. Company is still header 1 because it's the title of the chapter. 2.1, however, is header 2, and 2.2 is also a header 2 because it's a sub-paragraph. If I indicate this in a neat way, and now in this case there's no text in there, I should be able to generate an automatic table of content now. A major pitfall in this case is that sometimes if you do not select in a good way, pieces of the text will also be indicated as an header, and then you will end up with a lot of text in your table of content that does not belong there. So make sure that you select in a good way. Now we can generate the automatic table of content by clicking on References, Table of Content. It shows you several possibilities. I just simply go for the first one. And now you can see that the table of content is generated. If, for example, you now change the location of company in your report by putting it, for example, 1 page down, and you change general information about the company in general information about Fontes, you go back to the table of content, you see that it's not automatically changed yet. You see that it's still, that company is still on page 2, and that general information about the company is still general information about the company, and that general information about Fontes. If you want to update this, you click with your right mouse button on it and say update field. Click on update field and then indicate update entire table if you want to also update the headers. If you only want to update the page numbers, you click on the first one. I have changed both, so I have to click on the second option, click OK, and then you'll see that company is now on page 3. General information about the company is now general information about Fontes. Well, these are the main tips and tricks that you have to remember and use when you hand in the PLE1 document as one document. Thank you for listening to this tutorial.